Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Mark here with the Better Mark, and let's get into this huge NBA slate. And unfortunately, this is doubled up with the college basketball Sweet 16 round 2, so it's going to be an action-packed Friday night. I hope you guys are all ready to roll. I am. I got 5 official plays on all of these games that we're going to be dishing out to you guys. A couple spreads, a couple totals. Actually, I think just one total and a money line. But nonetheless, let's get down into it, and I'm going to be looking for some feedback from you guys down below in the comments, because now with baseball up and running, I want to kind of give you guys the best content that I can possibly do, as well as my plays. That's why I really need to form that Patreon and Discord, because what's happening is this is something where we get closer to tip-offs, first pitch, so on and so forth, with multiple sports going on. Sometimes it's hard to get all the plays out on YouTube in a way that you guys can receive them in a way that it will benefit you. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure out. I want to make sure I have it all perfect before I unveil it, because it makes it very hard to change at times. Okay, but with that being said, let's get down into the picks. And this is one where there was only 2 games yesterday in the NBA, so I had no official plays. True focus was on the college basketball ranks. Ended up going 3-1 in college basketball, so that video is up. At the end of this video, you will be able to click on the college basketball preview I did for tonight's contest as well. That will pop up on your screen at the end of this video. Okay, but let's get into it. Let's get down to the NBA slate. Make sure you guys all subscribe down below. Smash that like button. It really does help us here if you hit that like button, because that gets this video out to as many people as possible here on YouTube. And please subscribe if you have not yet done so. Love to have you part of the team here at The Better Mark. And let's get into it, okay? We're going to be talking about this slate, and we're going to get into the first game on the card, okay? And this is where we see the first game is Golden State and Charlotte, okay? So we got a total of 216.5 in most places, as well as 11.5 on the best number available with the spread. This is a no play for me. I'd lean towards going into some Brandon Miller props. If I had to give you a side, I would go probably with the likes of the Golden State Warriors. This potentially has some blowout potential. Kuminga's questionable, but we have, once again, just a horrible Charlotte Hornets team. Unfortunately, that keeps getting worse and worse news as their injury report continues to lengthen. But this is one where no official play, but I would lean towards taking some Brandon Miller props, as well as the likes of the Golden State Warriors if I had to go on a side, okay? But no official play. Next is the Lakers, the Pacers. LeBron, I think, is coming off a day of rest. As always, you're going to get the Brady Bunch always on the questionable report. Every single Lakers player will be questionable. And this is one where I see them suiting up. I know it's a little West goes East. We're seeing this total creep up to 242. I would probably have liked it in the 240s. I potentially see this game being in the 220s for each ball club. But no official play either on this side. I do like potentially going back to the well and fading Anthony Davis. He had a really strong performance, busted up his knee a little bit. So I'd be highly shocked if he suits up. But if he does, I would not be opposed to fading him a little bit, maybe going under AD points, rebounds, and assists. It's a juicy matchup. Miles Turner obviously plays a little physical, so that's going to be something where he's going to have to match up with these Indiana boys, and I don't know if he's going to be bringing that physicality after having a little bit of a bang up on his knee. But just a hunch. But we'll go down that rabbit hole a little later. But this game tipping off at 7 p.m., I would lean towards taking the Lakers and the over if I had to give you guys a lean within that -3. Within plus 3.5 you can find out there for the Lakers. Okay, next will be our first official play. This is the likes of the Los Angeles Clippers, Orlando Magic, okay? These are 2 teams that, at one point I thought the Clippers were the best team in the West, and the Magic were probably one of the best cover teams in the East, and in the NBA for that matter. But still, 46-25 against the spread for the Magic. That's outstanding. We look at the Clippers. What they've done recently is they've been 2-8 out of their last 10 in getting a recent challenge by their head coach. Kind of lit a fire up their ass. So I think we're going to go a little contrarian. Clippers failing to cover 4 out of their last 5. Little contrarian. I think this is one where the Magic are kind of reeling. I know they're at home. The line is speaking to me. This is one where we see it open with the Clippers -1, and all of a sudden It's like, why is the Magic such a close number at home where they've had a lot of success? They made me a lot of money betting Magic point spreads at home. But I think this is one where the Clippers get it done. In this short price, I'm going to back them. I could be wrong, full disclosure, but I see some value in just such a small number. So lock it in for me. This is one where we're going to just go straight to the money line and taking the Clippers with the best price available, which I was able to lock in a Clippers money line of what we're seeing out here at the minus 108. So that'll move throughout the day. So obviously shop around for the best number. That's why you want to use OddsJam, though. Make sure you guys all sign up using my promo code TBM for 35% off your first month, as well as an annual plan if you elect to sign up for it. Check it out for fantasy perspective, daily fantasy, positive EV betting, bet tracking, and obviously arbitrage opportunities within every major sport. This is one where I use OddsJam every single day when I'm making my bets to start the day. Okay. Next, we're going to get into the likes of the Detroit Pistons and Washington Wizards. And guys, bear with me and wait till the end of this video because I will do a quick recap at the end where I'll show you guys all of my picks. This is just the full breakdown. So this is no play for me. This is a shit-on-shit game. I don't like touching these with 10-foot poles. Excuse my French, but quite frankly, the only way that I would get involved is if I was going to fade a Jordan Poole, but he's been playing kind of decent as of late, or get on board the Cade Cunningham prop train. But no lean or indication. This is a coin flip in my perspective. Washington's been coming on late, trying to lose that pole position and screw up their lottery pick. But nonetheless, the same thing can go for the Pistons. So that's why I'm staying away from this contest. Okay, Chicago going to Brooklyn. This is one where we're going to look at the number here, and this is one where within this Brooklyn game, you're seeing threes out there for the Bulls, and you're seeing it high as minus 4.5. So there are some middle ground that you're able to make here. This is one where the number would speak towards me taking the Bulls minus 3 on the road, but obviously no play for me as well. I also would lean towards taking the under. If you can find a 216 out there in the market, the under 216 is some extreme value, I think, with every Bulls game out there because they do have the potential to hold both teams under 100 points. So that's kind of where I'm at on that game. I would lean towards the Bulls and the under, but no official play. All right, next, we're going to get into the Cavs, right? When is Donovan Mitchell coming back? All right, he's questionable. We'll see if he suits up. Probably not. He can't get healthy. He kind of killed me with my Cavs winning the number 1 seed in the East within a seeding perspective for the tournament. But, it is what it is. Just you put a little bonus bet on that. So no love lost. Had a nice juicy price at 35-1 though for the hometown team. But we're going to be talking about Cleveland here. This is one where I do think they could take it to the 76ers tonight. So I would lean towards taking a minus 7.5 price. Especially coming off of a loss where they have unfortunately lost to Charlotte on the road. They get to come home. They play better at home. And I think this 76ers team potentially could be in for a long night. All right, but no official play, but I would lean taking the Cavs and even the under in this contest as well. NBA unders have been on an extreme clip. That's why you're seeing a lot of these totals, at 212, 214 versus the traditional 217s, 218s that we've seen previously, more so as a stock over-under. Okay, Portland, Miami Heat. This is one where we see the Blazers getting a huge amount, 14.5. You can get out there. That's a huge, huge number. I'm not going to get in bed with this one. Just strictly a no play. I don't have any inclination with what Portland's doing. 19-54, within the win-loss that they have on the season. But they are surprisingly a 50-50 cover team, and so is the Heat. So this is one where I would lean towards taking 15 points. I pretty much would grab 15 points in a lot of more NBA contests than not. It's just kind of a rule of thumb. But if you're able to find 15s out there, I think you would by the end of the day. That is where I would lean, but no official play. Okay, and next we're going to get into our third official play where we look into Phoenix Suns on the money line against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Minus 123. I locked that one in. The Thunder, they've been struggling a little bit. This is one where we could see SGA questionable, not suiting up. Nurkic is questionable as well. But this is one where I like the little... You've noticed a trend where Durant and company, they kind of get up for these bigger playoff matchups, right? Okay, Phoenix has covered 4 out of their last 5 against the spread, and unfortunately, though, the Thunder are 2-0 against Phoenix against the spread on the season. So we're going to go against it. We're going to hope for the three-peat to fail, and they're not going to be able to get 3 ATSs against the Phoenix Suns. So lock it in, Phoenix Suns money line. Let's hopefully they can not get SGA to suit up. We can get some more value on this minus 123, and J-Dub potentially has an off night because he is absolutely special. So that'll be my third official play. And then we're going to stay out west, go to the Denver Nuggets within what they're able to do in terms of the Minnesota Timberwolves and potentially a highly seeded playoff game within the Western Conference, where I look for this game to be a very exciting matchup. We're seeing the likes of Denver minus 6.5 is the best number out there. So full disclosure, I am not going to be playing this game. This is one where I'm just going to cross it off. I'd like to bet them all, but you just simply can't do it. All right, so, and then we're going to get into our fourth and fifth play with the last 2 games on the slate. Houston, we're going to be taking that -7 that we can find out there in the market, opening at -5.5. I do see some value. I think the Jazz potentially get blown out in this contest. Houston's been surprisingly very playing very well as of late. We look into Houston and what they've been able to do. This is something where it's a fishy number. Yes, I know that, but we're going to be back in the Rockets. I think they win and cover this. Potentially a push. I don't like playing 7s, full disclosure, but this is one where last contest out, Houston dropped 147 points on these guys. So we're going back to the well. It could be fishy. It could be a trap. It's hard to double up people sometimes in the NBA. But Houston, 13-1 against the spread in their last 14 games, 4 out of their last 7 in a row, within some form of margin. So despite potentially being in what's going on with them, having a losing season, we're going to back the Rockets, continue the train. I don't bet against streaks to stop. So that's just my rule of thumb. And that's kind of where we're going to be at within this Rockets contest. And the last and final official play, I was hoping that I'd get this video out before, being the last game on the card, talking for 15 minutes. It's funny how the lines can move. So that's where we're going to be having to play the 229, taking the over in the Dallas Mavs Sacramento Kings game. Like I said, I see both these teams getting at least one of them getting into 220, and then also having a 210s or higher for the other game, potentially overtime as well. That's something where I look at the Dallas Mavericks, Sacramento Kings. This is an over that I'll play every single time out. It's crept up from 228.5, but within this matchup, as long as we get some positive news. So that's what's going to be important. If Luka is inactive, potentially, that's going to be something where I'm going to stay away from this game. But I firmly see this going over the total. Last time out, though, Dallas was able to play the Kings. 132-96 was that matchup. So hoping for a little bit of a reversion, and we get some nice value here as we look at the Mavs last 5 games, 5-0 to the under. And this is one where I'm rooting for a little bit of reversion to the mean as well, because Sacramento has also eclipsed the last 5 games under the spread, going under that point total. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Both of these teams 5-0 to the under in their last 5 contests, but we're going to lock it in. We're going to take the over 228.5. We're going to follow the line movement and hope for that reversion that I once told you about. So that's what I got. Make sure you guys all subscribe down below if you have not already done so. Check out my college basketball March Madness picks that we're going to be getting. It'll come up to you guys towards the end of this video. Click on that button. It'll probably be in the top left of your screen. And these are my quick 5 picks as a quick recap for tonight's contest. My college basketball card, I'm loving the dogs, full disclosure, a little bit of a teaser there. And also, let me know your thoughts, because now, like I said, with multiple sports running, I want to make sure that you guys get the best product possible. So let me know what you guys want. If you guys are into baseball, that's one where I can do a lot of analytics with baseball, but it takes a little bit more time and digging for me. Or if I can just give what I'm going to be on for the baseball card, that's something I'm looking into as well. Let me know your thoughts, your feedback. I appreciate you guys sticking around for the end of this video. Go cash some tickets. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Have a happy Easter for those that you guys celebrate, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.